Well, if you want to celebrate your Christmas with a look at war, near-death experiences, and torture, I think I may have just the movie for you. Unbroken is the powerful true story of Louis Zamperini, an Olympian and war hero who survived World War II against some incredible odds. Angelina Jolie steps in to direct this story of perseverance, survival, strength, and overcoming adversity in the darkest of situations. And man, did Louis have more than his fair share to overcome. Now, I won't give away any of the story here, even though they seem to be pretty evident in the trailer. But if you've ever heard the phrase out of the frying pan and into the fire, that basically describes Zamperini's World War II experience, except maybe with an extra trip back into the frying pan. But that's what makes this story so compelling. I found myself genuinely amazed by this man's endurance and character through circumstances that honestly were often difficult to watch, even as powerful as they were. Now, much of this is on the shoulders of actor Jack O'Connell, who offers a convincing take on this extraordinary man. Jolie also shows confidence in her directing, taking this tale and walking us directly into it in a way that honors this man and the themes and meaning in his extraordinary life. Whether it be the acting, the score, the Coen brothers script, or whatever, this movie hits its mark just fine. In fact, the word that comes to my mind is proficient. You can see that the people making this movie knew what they were doing, and the end product is a skilled and competent piece of storytelling. But proficient isn't the same as transcendent. And sometimes with movies, you just want a little bit more. And that's where Unbroken falls a bit short for me. As amazing as the story is, and as well as it's told, I just feel like we've seen so much of this type of movie before. It's like catching a good crime procedural on television. Sure, it can be done well, but we've seen so many versions of CSI by this point that we know all those beats by heart. The result is that as remarkable as this story is, there aren't really a lot of surprises that elevate our interest, or even more importantly, build the dramatic tension. We know where this is going, and the movie doesn't do much to plant any seeds of doubt that we'll be getting exactly the kind of story we expect. So even though the movie is well done and the story is spectacular, the end product comes off surprisingly boring, which makes the 2-hour-plus runtime feel even longer than it probably should. It's also not helpful that the more interesting of this man's trials are in the middle of the movie, meaning the last hour or so almost feel anticlimactic, even though it's pretty powerful stuff on its own. Overall, Unbroken is a well-made telling of a stunning tale of survival. Angelina Jolie and her crew do a beautiful job of putting it together, even if the end result does feel a bit predictable and slow. Despite its faults, I still think the movie perseveres with a solid B. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. Stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, by the way, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. If you want to see more, well, Into the Woods and Big Eyes are also out over Christmas, so you can also check out my review of those. You can also click the logo right up here to go to yourmoviefriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews, as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category, and also try to identify my choice. What is the best movie about a true life Olympian ever? And no, the Percy Jackson movies don't count. Mine has more slow motion running on the beach over the credits than a Baywatch marathon. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.